if I happen to say things and I'm swearing, I think for this next video, you should make sure your kids aren't watching. I'm very angry. Okay, so this is a story about how I trusted at the finish line a company called Replit, and how that company fucked me. And like Cartman usually says,
"Good going, Mom. You've completely screwed me over."
What happened, Derek?
You said I had to wait till my birthday to get an iPad. So the one I rubbed in everyone's faces today isn't real, and tomorrow everyone's gonna call me a liar. Would you mind loaning me some of your lipstick, Mom? Because I want to at least look pretty the next time you decide to me.
yeah, see, so like that, I'd like to be taked out and wined and dined before somebody fucks me. And I'm not talking about in a way that I enjoyed, because it wasn't. I took my entire company, everything that I've been working on since 2016, and I wind up putting that into this beautiful thing. Now, they've done two things in my entire life. I'm 57 years old, and most of my life, for 40 some years, I was doing customer service, marketing, advanced marketing, internet. I was one of the first people, in fact, the first person to put video up on the internet, on a shared server with, I've been doing this with Rackspace. I've been working since the beginning. I've been here not seeking fame and notoriety, because I know what that is, and that's more than it cracks up to be. But I've been doing this for a very long time, okay? Also, on top of that, I've also been doing security since early 90s, so it's been a long time, okay? I combined recently the two of them to create the most sophisticated, elegant, badass motherfucking looking code that no one has ever imagined. In fact, I've red teamed it against 4 AIs, red teams. I've red teamed it against 4 other companies around the planet. And the total result was nobody, and I mean nobody, with a team of 50 people could have done what I've done for the next 60 decades. I've disrupted the financial institution. I disrupted the security industry. And I was ready to put it into a decentralized app, a DApp, okay? I wrote my first AI code in 2016. I did my minted tokens as well in a tech company that I started, that's still in the background, that I've been doing since 2016. My initiative projects are huge, but you don't need to know anything of that. All I'm doing right now is just giving you a PSA to warn you about when you have a business and you have an idea and you really get it out there and you say, okay, now I just want to go ahead and just do it. And I could have done this myself, since there was only myself in this right now. I just have a year and a half-year-old baby. So I did all this by myself, and I said, okay, so now I need a button. And the button for my targeted clients so they can use the button and they can start doing this stuff. So I have the whole thing done, not just the MVP. I have everything done. And my wife says, okay, create a button, create a front end. And I said, okay, I've done the back end. I did the back end, and then I did the full stack because I know how to do all that stuff. I did the whole full stack, and I said, I don't have the time because people wanted to see it. So what do I do? Okay. So what I decided to do is I said, let me go ahead and do this myself, right? And I do it. And I don't have the time, so I go to Replit. That's where I was told. Go to Replit. Replit. Don't go to Replit. Don't go to Replit at all. Why? Because I went there and they fucked me hard, okay? First of all, they hit me with I did the basic plan because I didn't know who they were and I didn't trust them, right? I got trust issues. I understand that. I do. That's why I do security, because I got trust issues. And that's why I make the best hybrid security ecosystem architect on the planet, because I have mad trust issues, okay? So I sit there and I create this whole thing, and I'm beautiful, and I go onto Replit. I thought I vetted them, but you never know until you actually get up there, all right? So I get up there and I try to do it myself. And I said, okay, let me put this together. And I looked at all the reviews. They were there. Reviews were there. I had reviews. Shaq invested in it. The general, Shaq-a-dilly-ishes, you know? But they just decided to just run the whole program. Where's their program? Okay, so I got the lowest one because I don't know who they are. And I then, 2 days after I started, I uploaded my code and I uploaded all my other structure of how I wanted the front end to look and everything like that. I use vibe coding just so I can go faster like that. And I uploaded some code as well of how I want the build. And Then they hit me with $50. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. All right. I'm using all kinds of resources and putting stuff up there like that. They're using data centers. They're pulling stuff from everywhere else. I don't know what's going on, but they did it. And I know that. And I said, okay, $50, it makes sense. Then I didn't do anything else because I wanted to make sure everything was working right and looking good. And I had to write on it the task paper, and I didn't do anything and touch the site. Do you know that these MFs actually hit me for $50 more 2 days later? And set a demand that if I didn't pay them $50 2 days later, that what they were going to do is take it down. And they were going to take my stuff from me 100%, all my code and everything else that I had done on their platform. Now, mind you, I was ready to go. And I started telling people I was ready to go. And they were like, oh, we're interested. We've been waiting to hear about this for so long. Let's get rid of it. So then I go and I said, all right, let me go ahead and do this. Do you know that they took it down and demanded $50 more? 2 days. If you look on the usage tracker, you see there wasn't no uptick, but they said I did it. So I'm like, I got to meet people. I don't want to be selling wolf tickets. I want to tell people I have something and I have it. So I did it. I paid them $50 more. They took my shit down anyways. And then when I contacted them and told them they shouldn't take it down, they put it back up a day later. So that's 3 days now. Do you know they broke my code? They busted my code apart. There's shit missing. I've got all kind of stuff. The holy grail of being able to do a decentralized, bespoke trust that is completely makes you invisible. All that stuff is gone. One-time PIN was gone. The favicon was gone. All of it was gone. Every last single thing that I've been working on, and this is the last-ditch Hail Mary effort. I've been sitting up here doing all this all day long. And what has it got me? It ain't got me jack. Why? Because they have taken my goddamn code. All of it is gone. 100% is gone. So they decided to throw it back, and I got them to put a little bit back on, but it's still broken. It still don't work the way it's supposed to work. Now, I've been on for the last 3 days. I'm now starting to troll, y'all. I don't troll. I don't got time to troll. I'm 57 years old. I got a kid. I don't got time to troll. I ain't hanging in the club popping bottles. I don't got time for this. No cap, bro. See what I'm saying? That's not me. I'm not old man in the club. I'm the guy who's trying to get stuff and tell them to take care of my family. That's me. Every single day, I take my mom who's in her 80s, her mid to late 80s. I take her to the doctor. I try to make sure I take care of help my sister out. I can't even help my sister out because I'm going through this crap. I don't spend time with my baby because I'm going through this crap. And they still haven't fixed it. In 3 days, these mofos still haven't fixed my code yet. Keep telling everybody on X, keep telling everybody on Instagram how great they are and this, that, and the other. Look, we got Shaq sitting over here. Shaq had a saying, he's a Pisces, I'm a Pisces. Never fake the funk on a nasty dunk, you motherfuckers. Give me back my code.